Last night, Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors almost knocked off the champs. Kawhi scored or assisted on 14 straight points in the fourth quarter. But despite his efforts, as you just saw in that little mini movie, the Warriors, who trailed by 6 points with less than 3 minutes left, rallied behind Steph and Klay to end the game on a 9-2 run. So, Trace, do you think this was more about what we saw the Warriors do there or what we saw the Raptors not do at the end of that game?
I think what we saw the Warriors do, and that is two of the best shooters in NBA history come up big for their team in clutch time situations. And I think, with Steph struggling through that stretch, they come out of this timeout, draw up a play for him, and with the game on the line, he knocks down a big shot. And then you go on the defensive end, and they lock down. They execute their defense well to where they can't get off a shot.
If you can wade through all the ancillary things we've had go on, what's really happened in all 5 of these games is which team's role players have played better usually have won. And we saw great action from the role players last night. Even Jordan Bell hitting that little teardrop jumper that sort of rattled in early in the fourth quarter. Iguodala hit a 3. Draymond hit a couple of 3s. Getting those contributions was why the Warriors were able to overcome that injury. Obviously, their star players made it happen down the stretch. It was a great team effort by the Warriors without question. And also, it was their best defensive effort that they've had. They held them down to 105 points. They've been giving them up 118, 120. That's the kind of play you need.
Look, they played a quarter of this game, 25% of it, with a player who is an excellent defender and who, as Tracy said, knocked in 11 points, and they'd need every one of them. They are now in the situation of kind of running out of bodies, right? Because they lost Kevin Durant. He's done for the series, obviously. Kevon Looney had to be pulled again last night. He had that fractured collarbone. And Draymond Green is still playing right now. But, guys, another major storyline here.
Oh, boy.
He picked up his 6th tech of the postseason. Stop me if you've heard this one before when we talk about Draymond Green, but when you get 7 techs, that's an automatic suspension. So if he is assessed another tech on Thursday in Game 6, if the Warriors are even able to force a Game 7, he would not be able to play it. Trace, are you worried about this?
I am not. I am not worried about this because we've been down this road before, and it's possibly cost these guys another championship, facing LeBron James and those guys, with Draymond acting out of character and hitting LeBron in the groin, get suspended in that game. So I'm looking forward to Game 6 for him to control his emotions because he's been erratic at times throughout this series. And even last night I thought, control your emotions. It was just a bad time for you to get a technical foul. So now he has to be even more careful because if they win this game, he's out for Game 7 if he does receive a technical foul.
He actually already had one rescinded. Now,
yes.
It was properly rescinded.
Yes, I agree.
But the officials know this too. They know that a technical with him cannot be a cheap tech. But there's 0.0 excuse for Draymond to put himself in this situation. None. He said earlier in the playoffs, my son said, why'd you get technical? I'm not going to get him anymore.
Well, he said, why did you fight?
That was nice.
He said he watched his son go onto his little, play hoop, right? His little 2-foot hoop, put the ball in, and then flop backward.
Yeah.
He's realized he had to make a change.
It was a wonderful story, but it's we're back to normal. He just cannot. There's just no way he can possibly live down having this happen again.
No.
So I'm with Tracy. The alternative is unthinkable. He just cannot let it happen.
I'm also with you that I think the officials very much will have in mind what happened, maybe even more so than they did in 2016, because there's this misperception that what Draymond did to LeBron in that moment got him tossed or suspended from the next game. That didn't get him suspended. It was accruing a 7th technical that got him suspended.
It was actually flagrant foul points.
So a flagrant foul, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm very sorry. See, I made a mistake about the mistake.
Oh,
it was not good.